What if I told you there's a guy making money teaching people how to hold their breaths for 4 minutes? Or that men in their 50s are paying to learn how to dunk a basketball again? That sounds ridiculous. But these weird little corners of the internet are about to change how you think about what you could sell. I'm Tina Lorenz. I'm 75 and I help people over 50 turn their lived experience into income and become findable to humans, search, and AI without ads or tech overwhelm. And today I'm walking you through 5 strange, weird niches that are actually working. And then I'll show you how to think about your own. Here's what's changed. The information economy is dead. Google killed it and AI helped with that as well. You can find anything for free now. What people pay for is different now. They pay for someone who's already figured it out to walk them through it, whatever the it is. They pay for the shortcut, the here's exactly what to do guide. And that's not the 25-year-old with the ring light and the fancy setup. That's us, people who've actually lived something. So here's the trap. You think what you know is ordinary because you've known it for so long. That's called the curse of knowledge. You've forgotten how hard it was to learn what you learned. So take a minute and just try this. Just go with me now. Think about yourself at 40. That's a long time ago for me. What did you not know then that's second nature to you now? Where's the gap? That's your product. You're not selling expertise. You're selling the shortcut you wish you'd had. Look, I've been online for 21 years. I've already made all the mistakes, and maybe there's a couple brand new ones that you can make, but this should help you overcome that very quickly. So let me show you 5 weird niches. I'm actually just going to tell you about them that sound strange, but are actually making money. Now, I'm not telling you these so that you can copy them. This is so you can break open how you think about your thing and just think outside the proverbial box, be a little more expansive in how you're thinking about your experience. So, niche 1, breath holding for anxiety. There's a guy teaching people to hold their breath for 4 minutes. Now, that sounds like a party trick, but it's actually a physiological reset for people who don't want medication. Here's the lesson. Health niches work when you get wildly specific. This is pretty darn specific, wouldn't you agree? Not wellness, not stress, not managing your feelings. One specific problem with one specific solution. Niche 2, vertical jump training for men over 40. Not athletes, just guys who want to feel like they've still got it. Here's the secret. It's really fall prevention disguised as athleticism. The training that helps you jump is the same training that helps you catch yourself when you slip. Here's the lesson. Vanity plus practical benefit equals a powerful combination. Niche 3, face yoga for the Zoom era. Your face has muscles and yeah, sadly they atrophy. And now your face is the only thing anyone sees on camera. Here's the lesson. Look at what's changed in how we live and work. So many things have changed just in a few years. New problems create new niches. Just have to be a little creative in how you put them together. Niche 4, professional cuddling certification. Now, not for the cuddling itself, okay? We're not teaching people how to cuddle. The business training for people who want to become professional cuddlers. How to get clients, how to set boundaries, handle liability. Yes, this is an actual niche and people are paying for it. So here's the lesson. Sometimes you don't sell the thing. You sell how to build the business around the thing. That thing is right in the middle. Niche 5, this one's cute. Goat yoga business guides for hobby farmers who want to monetize their animals. Here's the lesson. Combine two trends that don't obviously go together, and you own the space that nobody else is in. And why can I only hear the song, one of these things is not like the other? And if you're from this generation, you probably recognize that from Sesame Street. That one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just isn't the same. And so when you put those two together, business lesson from Sesame Street, own the space. So now those are some of the weird niches that I found when I researched them, but let me give you some that might feel closer to home for you. Here's the first example. The retired home economics teacher who now runs a subscription for inflation-proof meal planning. This is also a very popular niche right now, how to save money on what you're eating, how you're feeding your family, how you're feeding yourself. She's not teaching cooking. She's teaching how to feed your family well when everything costs more. She's got a grocery calculator, a spreadsheet for that, a weekly meal plan, a mini course on knife skills. If she's using AI, you literally can show what's inside your refrigerator and say, tell me what I could make out of what I already have. All from things she already knew. That's one. Now let's take a former HR director, human resources, who now sells difficult conversation scripts for families. Same skills that they use in corporate, now applied to how to talk to your aging parent about giving up the car keys, or how to set boundaries with your adult kids. Another really big area right now is the disconnect, the no contact kind of stuff that's going on. It's running rampant. How would you turn that into something that could help people on either side of that scenario? The retired project manager is the third one, who now teaches household logistics for sandwich generation families, juggling aging parents, adult kids, your own life. A lot of folks are having children later in life themselves. They may be in their late 40s or 50s, have a small child, and have aging parents as well, and maybe some teenagers or adult kids, all in the same package. That project manager could use the same frameworks that they use to manage million-dollar projects to help families manage themselves. So here's the lesson from all of these. You're not starting from scratch. You're translating what you already know for a different audience. You're making money from what you already know in a different way. So how do you find that niche for yourself? Well, answer these three questions. Question one, what problem have you solved over and over again in your career or life? Question two, who else has that problem who isn't being served by young influencers? You know, sometimes you just have to walk the walk to be able to teach it. And question three, what would you have paid for when you were stuck in the middle of it? Whatever that might be, what would have been, I'd give anything if someone had the solution for this. Just sit with those, write them down, and I mean by hand. Your niche is probably hiding in the answers to those. Now, here's what you don't need. You don't need fancy equipment. You need a phone, natural light, a computer. That's your setup. You don't need to be polished. You need to be clear. When you have that clarity in yourself, that will help you create the messaging. That will help you to talk about it easily. It doesn't have to be smooth and fancy at all. The most profitable digital products are often the most boring. Spreadsheets, checklists, scripts, meal plans, decision frameworks, what to do when X happens guide. Not very exciting maybe, but people will pay for them. And this type of market, all of these things, we used to call it the information marketing, and it's really moved beyond information, and people will pay for that. And it is a niche that's growing and growing in a multi-billion-dollar industry that you can be part of without having to be a big company or corporation or have a team or anything like that. With what you've got right now, you can begin. Because you're not building Netflix, you're solving one specific problem for one specific person. Think of it like that, not like a crowd. We don't need everybody. We don't want everybody. We're not meant for everybody. Think about that one specific person that what you have, your wisdom, what you already know could help. because that's more of a calling, actually, than just let's make some money online. Now, maybe you're wondering, why am I always saying start with YouTube? Like, I don't want to make videos. Why do I have to start with YouTube? Well, let me tell you, because YouTube is a search engine. Actually, it's the second biggest one in the entire world. And it's owned by Google, which, as you may know, is also a search engine. People are typing in questions, and you show up with answers. Specific question, specific solution, specific answer for a specific person that you can provide. Your videos work. People say this about, oh, making money while you sleep, but it's true. Your videos work while you sleep. When they're on YouTube, they're working 24/7 while you're making dinner, while you're out watching the sunset, while you're gardening, while you're not even thinking about it. Come back later and find out, oh, somebody watched it. And here's what's changing. AI is pulling from the content that's findable on YouTube. When someone asks a platform like Perplexity or ChatGPT or Gemini a question, and your video answers it clearly, you can get found in a whole new way. Here's the thing. I've been showing up in AI search results literally within days of posting. It can take somewhat longer than that. Some of mine have been showing up in just a few days, not because I'm gaming anything, not because I'm smarter than anybody else, because I'm answering real questions clearly. You don't need a huge audience. You need the right people to find you, and you need to know what your thing is. Now, if you're thinking, okay, right, but how do I actually figure out my thing and where I put that, information? That's exactly what I do in my 5-day findability challenge. We start with getting clear on what you have to offer, not what you think you should teach. That's a whole different thing. What you've actually lived. That should feel better to you, actually, what you've actually lived. Then we figure out where to put it so people can find you. Humans, search engines, and AI, all of the above, without becoming a content machine or drowning in tech or having to enter into the game playing of DMing people and cold messaging people, all that stuff. Forget that. I've never done that. I'm not about to start now, and I'm not going to recommend that you do either. This should feel like a sigh of relief. I run the challenge every month. The next one starts soon, so the link is in the description if you'd like some help with how do you start doing this. Here's what I want you to take away today. Your experience is the asset. That's it, your lived experience. The weird niches that I've shared with you today prove that almost anything can work if you get specific enough. And you don't have to compete with the kids. You just have to show up for the people they're ignoring. That's kind of cool too, and it shows you what kind of a need there is, that a whole entire massive audience of people that are just being left out because the younger folks don't know how to talk to them or even what's important to them because they haven't lived it yet. But you and me, we're not done yet, because it's never too late, and we're just getting started on that next chapter. This is Tina Lorenz. Thanks for being here today. Be sure you put your questions in the comments. Be happy to answer them for you. And until next time, I will be talking to you again soon. Bye for now.